Catch that one, roll back up. Great shot from Pat Simmons. You have to be kidding me.
Kevin Martin.
They'll try and get them all. They'll do just that. Great shot. Well, we're here, the last draw of day 2 at the Cactus Pheasant Classic. Luke Coley with you as we bring you live coverage on curltv.com. Proud to be here as we bring you a B qualifier. There's 3 out on the ice. Our feature one includes Saskatchewan's Pat Simmons taking on the Swedish Olympic team Niklas Edin. And we are about to be underway here. Victor Yahl will start things off for this Niklas Edin foursome. They qualified at the Grand Slam last weekend. Now here, trying to get into the quarterfinals for the second straight event. And we'll get into their qualification for the Olympics, but just a little look into where they had to be. They weren't at the World Championship, Sweden, their country. Niklas Edin was a spectator there when they found out they qualified. He had quite the celebration there, as he had to just watch. It wasn't in his hands. He was depending on other teams to help Sweden qualify.
Hard, guys. Hard. Real hard. Real hard. Every inch, guys. All the way. As far as it goes. As far as it goes. Go ahead, Stevie. Shot.
Well, first stone goes back for Niklas Edin. Going to play the out turn. Wants to hook it in behind. Just a top 12 foot, and it sounded like Jerry Adam a little surprised to see this call, but they want to go top 12.
Gärna curla. Bra linje, riktigt bra linje.
Ligger bra.
Curla då. Curla, curla. Oh! Rent, rent, rent. Rent, det stannar bara. Bra där.
Well, they wanted to take away the path behind the corner. It doesn't really do that as it over-curled. There is still a play behind it, and Pat will try and sit on the corner. He can be corner frozen and shot rock.
Line's good. Line's good. Wait only, guys. Line's perfect.
Heavy.
Hard.
Heavy.
Whoa, whoa.
6.
Whoa.
6.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
6.
No, no, no.
It's bouncing.
It's real good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Great shot.
Well, they want to put it right on the corner, and very nice. Steve Laycock, one of the top leads in Canada, puts a great corner freeze on, a little tap, has a good angle. Niklas Edin, it's close to see if it's 1 or 2, and is going to go up and rip this corner. We know Niklas Edin can throw the big weight from his junior days, former world junior champion, and Frederick Lindberg, the second for the squad, trying to peel the corner.
Hard.
Well, we'll get the peel, roll over to the side, and the shooter should go out on the right side of your screen there. Simmons, one last rock in this first end. So I was wrong, that shooter does stick around for Frederick Lindberg. Looking for the nose hit now. They figured their shot stone up top. They still have a good angle on it.
Clean, clean, easy,
Just
easy.
wants a hit
whoa,
and stick
clean.
here.
Whoa. Clean, yep. Good. Nice throw, Jeff.
Gets it right on the beak. Very nice for Jeff Sharp. Of course, this team we saw earlier, they lost to Glenn Howard in their A semifinal. Dropped down to the B event, win a couple of games to get to this point. While Niklas Edin dropping out of an A qualifier to Randy Ferber. We'll get you to those. See how they got to this point later on here in this first end. Well, Lindbergh trying to hit and stick will roll out with that one. We'll see what Pat does if he wants to make a play, maybe even around those draw back 8 foot, back 12. Or do you try and hit and spring both of them now?
Like the same weight.
Okay. Take some stick there. Thin is better than across the face.
Yep. Yes, yes. Hard.
Well, they want to get some separation with their two shooters. Hare will make the hit. Just want that back one to stick around. They want to get separation. They do. Top 12, back 8 foot. And very nice for Jeff Sharp. Sebastian Kraup will now need to try and hit and roll in front. Force Simmons to play the hit, avoid the jam.
Yep. Yep.
Whoa, whoa.
Yep. Yep.
Well, play the hit and won't get the double. Not quite what they wanted to do. They wanted to roll to the center, I believe. That one goes back 8 foot. And I think just top 12 to the wing is where you want to go here. They know Niklas Edin will be able to throw the hit weight. Lost.
Corner guard path.
Here, you hear them talking about corner guard path, something they've thrown in practice for Jerry Adam.
Hard. Easy, easy. Easy. No higher than, no further back than T. Whoa. Right off now. Right off. Right off. Good shot, Jer. Got a boy.
Well, that one comes down. They sit in the side of the 8
Samma
foot.
först. 10. Men förra var 11.
They're going to try and hit and roll in front. The double rail thin for Sebastian here. Just going to try and roll to the center. A little different release for Sebastian. He starts his almost, according to a clock, that starts at midnight or at 12 o'clock and starts the rotation there as opposed to having it at 2 or 10 for the in or out. Just a little different release on them. As they'll make the thin hit roll right over the top as it will go just past, and it looks as though it is still Simmons lying one. And as we see Team Edin here, we'll take a look how they got to this point. Winning their first two, Ted Appelman, they defeat 7-3, 6-4 over Greg McCauley. Lose in the 8th end to Randy Furby after coming back and forth game. What looked like a solid game in the A qualifiers. Now they drop into the B qualifier to take on Pat Simmons.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Clean.
whoa, off,
Yep.
off,
Oh,
off.
oh, oh. Yep, yep. Yes.
Well, they got to try and get separation because of where it rolled to. They don't want to leave a double.
Good.
And we'll know that there is a chance to play that double as we look and see Pat Simmons' record of how they get to this point, the triple knockout. A little different. They won their first, then they dropped their second game. 4-1 to Glenn Howard, then Claudio Pescia. They defeat 9-7 earlier today, and Fang Chung Wang 5-3 in their last game. So that's the difference there to get to this point, as they've won 2 in a row. This in the B event for them.
Den gick jävligt rakt den. Var det 8:an eller?
Oh. Jump. 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 Hard. Jump.
Well, Niklas Edin's first.
Get it. Jump. Jump.
will get the hit, trying to roll right in front. Very nice. Goes back for it, rolls perfectly in front of that stone. You can either try and go over the top, maybe chip that back one a little bit, throw in hack weight or so. Or you try and play a little tap back.
Take a little more ice, let it curl a little bit. Yep. Board weight.
Good shot.
Board weight.
Pat has been set up to try and score an early deuce, and would be a big one here in the first end. See exactly the way he's trying to play it. Maybe on the nose, just trying to play a little tap back, keep the shooter in front. Get it on the nose, and they'll roll off just that little bit. They do kill their own, and rolls too far. Now he might be forced to take one, as Niklas Edin can play the quiet hit and roll away. I don't know if I like the decision by Pat to try and get it on the nose. It had to be so precise, couldn't afford to roll even an inch. Rolls off that much. Now Niklas Edin can hit and roll to the wing to lie two. As you see them there, all eyes on the sheet next to us, just watching on to see what's going on in other games. We'll keep you up to date with them. 2 other B qualifiers, 3 C event games, as some teams starting to be eliminated. Couple big names out of Manitoba already eliminated, that being Jeff Stoughton and Kerry Burtnick. They're out and will not be into the quarterfinal round in their last tune-up prior to the pre-trials. Well, play the quiet hit, now roll away, and we'll be there level to lie two, and the miss by Pat Simmons now means he'll have to take his one.
Probably can't blank, eh? Darn close, isn't it?
He's looking at the blank and carrying through. I don't know if it's a possibility or you want to just
throw peel and see. Like how I gotta be like 3/4. Wow.
He's trying to come down and catch it, catch it thick, catch the back end, push that one out and slide through.
It's pretty high, eh?
Okay,
well, for the blank.
Oh, exactly.
If it's close, it's close. It's good. Peel weight. Make sure we get our one here. There might be a blank there too. It's 2/3 is a little under 2/3 is probably good for that, but make sure we get our one here.
Well, Pat Simmons, last rock of this first end. I would like to blank. I'm sure he just rolled off a little bit on his first. Here in this B qualifier game.
Yep. Hard. Clean. Yep.
Okay.
Well, here just basically playing for the one. We'll get the nose hit. Maybe roll a little. It sits back 4 foot, and it's a single point for Pat Simmons. They're first on the board here in Brooks, Alberta.
Lakeview Hotels and Resorts, Canada's destination for quality accommodation and friendly service. We have more of what you're looking for. From select service hotels to full service resorts, we aim to satisfy. Curl up with us and experience the difference. Our comfortable rooms and friendly staff create your home away from home. Lakeview Hotels and Resorts. Always comfortable, always charming.
Well, Simmons was set up the entire end until his first to score 2. Doesn't make his first the way he wanted to. He was hoping to nose it as opposed to trying to make the little hit and roll away, make the delicate little hit. Instead, Niklas Edin makes it with his second and forces Pat to take a single point in that first end. Niklas Edin now has the hammer here. the Brooks Curling Club. Luke Coley with you for CurlTV.com. Thanks for tuning in or continuing coverage of the Cactus Pheasant Classic. Of course, we know 3 qualifiers already. Those 3 of the 4 trial teams. Glenn Howard, defending champion. Kevin Martin won this event the first year, and Randy Furby's been in the playoff round both years here. So first stone right to the button. The only other trial team not into the championship bracket. Kevin Cooey lost his first 2. He's down in the C event, battling it out. He's on the ice right now, taking on Fang Chung Wang of China to keep his hopes alive of coming out into the quarterfinals.
Bara stanna. Det var lite långt ut också. Här, bra så. Lines of hair tight. Just clean.
Path, Jeff. Different path.
Yeah, lines. Tight, tight guard. Line's good. Yep, yeah, yeah, go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Good.
Well, good pair there for Steve Laycock to start off the second end. Gets that one center line guard. Victor Yall try and play that freeze right on top. And there is a little bit of it open.
Bra linje. Japp. Japp. Topprätt. Hårt.
We got to sneak it by that guard, and they got a big job to try and sneak it by. They won't. They'll chip off the front, roll away. They'll leave a couple of guards out there.
Do we want him to throw his in turn? Skip? Yeah.
Well, Pat Simmons probably doesn't know Niklas Edin all that much. Haven't played him that much throughout. And coming in sort of maybe an unknown, asking some of the other teams what they've seen from him, what they favor a turn. Do they like to throw the hits over the draws? And we know Niklas Edin can throw the hits. He showed his finesse game with a couple quiet hit waits in the first, making a hit and roll, then a quiet little hit and roll and avoiding a jam on his second.
Clean. Line's good. Just clean. Might over curl a hair. Ooh. Off. Off now. Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
So another guard goes out in front, protecting that stone sitting on the pin.
Sorry.
Karlander då.
Hi, sorry.
Sorry.
Bra fart. Whoa. Hack. Yep.
While trying to get through that narrow port, there is a chance to get at it.
Whoa. Sorry.
Frederick Lindbergh trying to get there.
Whoa. Sorry. Yep.
Pass the top one, curl pass the other one. They won't. Just under curled, maybe overthrown a little bit. Had to curl more at the end. Simmons will sweep that one right through and will remain lying one of the very first rock of the end. A good aggressive call here from Pat. Come right in, put it right in on top. Even if you're top 4, you're still in a good spot to try and set up a steal, forcing Niklas Edin to play a peel of some sort here in the end.
Line's good. 5. Room. Whoa. Never. 7.
Well, lots of room past the guard. This
just
one
do it.
Whoa.
hanging there as
Just
well.
do
They
it.
just don't want to set up a double.
Yeah, go.
Yep. Go, Steve. Go.
There, just comes to a bad spot. Now nose double, and you can make a bit of a roll also. Throw this one up.
Åtta.
I'm pretty sure we'll see Lindberg throw at least normal here. Try and make this double and roll. And what Steve Laycock was doing on the sweep was to try and get it frozen right on top, make this double more difficult.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, trying to make the double, make the roll. Won't make either as it rolls right out and leaves that one back
Well, that was the draw of the
4 foot.
button. That was
So
the draw
there's
of the
a
button
mistake
path.
by Lindberg, and Simmons can draw in, take advantage to lie two.
Top button.
Way up there for weight.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa, no, no, no!
Well, saying this is the path for draw to the button. They're trying to get this one in behind, similar path where Jeff Sharp was. I think they need to tighten it up a little bit. This one, more weight also, and come down, create a nice little pocket there for Edin to get into. So he's looking at a little hit and carry back up behind the corner.
Ganska tunt, nästan mitt emellan dem. 7.
So they'll throw the intern here.
Jump! 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 Whoa! Whoa! Jump! 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 Yeah! Jump!
I'll catch it thin, roll it back up, try and roll it right in behind, and it'll spin at the end. What a great shot from Kraup as he's able to make the roll in behind off of that double. Fantastic shot there for the Edin third. Gets it in behind, forcing this straight back. And even with that big weight, able to control it that much to make the perfect roll.
Whoa! Whoa! Yeah! Yeah! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Now Jerry Adam trying to answer back, play the run back. He'll make the run, won't be able to stick around. Opens everything up, and now Kraup, who made the big weight shot with his first, forced the run back. Now we'll try and draw in behind that centerline guard and try and set things up.
Blir antingen eller. Bara knacka så är okej också. Eller vill du bara dra?
Jag tycker hellre dragningen, men
Kör det då.
det känns som att det är en sista uppgift. Eller?
I like this call as opposed to trying that other turn. You could make the split there, but you've seen more stones down this path, and you put this top 8 foot, you still can set yourself up to score your deuce. Make it good. Pat's got to force you, draw down to you, and still have room to draw for an extra point later on.
Kom igen! Jump! Jump! Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa! Nej, helt upp, helt upp.
Sitt, sitt, sitt.
Är den helt klart bakom 10? Lägg den långt ner då.
Well, just more weight here for Kraup. Is going to go back, rings back 8 foot, back 12 it goes into. So it missed an opportunity to try and draw there.
It's going to make, if we go top 4, he can make that.
You know, like if he buries, like so maybe even if we're sitting here or something like that, if he buries it here, then we might be able to sit on our own to get shot rock out of it after.
Yeah.
So that's probably what he's going to do. He's going to be a top
He's
4.
going to have a pretty tough shot for 2 over the top or something. So I think we have to come back to it though. If we leave it up here.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So.
Pretty quick there.
Well, he heard what he said. He can go to that back one. It takes away that run back. If you could just go top 4, he's got that run onto it to get rid of it.
I think we have to go back to it because he's got the little angle back. It's not real easy, mind you, but.
Obviously, if that stone isn't there tight, you probably just go top 4 foot as opposed to go back to it. But because that is there, and there is the slash hit available.
Line's good.
We've seen about 15 seconds be pretty accurate for T-line weight. This one they'll want to take a little bit deeper than
Line's
that.
good. Hey, line's good. Line's good. Whoa, we're gonna curl a bit.
So should be pretty
No,
good
line's
weight-wise
Line's good on it.
to go right
Line's
down
good
to
on
it.
Steve. Line's good on it. Okay, okay.
Trying to lock it right on. Pat Simmons is perfect. Doesn't move that back one, welds it on, and it's a shot stone. And now Niklas Edin will have to play the draw himself. This time, he doesn't want to go down to those. He wants to go top 4 with last draw because he comes down to it. Pat puts it on top. He's drawing for 1. Here he goes top 4. Pat plays a freeze. He's got the 4 foot to draw for 2.
Går det ännu lättare nu eller? Det glider på jävligt lätt i alla fall. Men det är någonting sådär höga 80 någonting. Topp 4.
Well, wants to go top 4 with this one. Niklas Edin, his first.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa, go! Whoa, go! Whoa! Topp 4, wow, Karla! Whoa, whoa! Whoa! Nej! Karla and me! Jump! Jump!
Well, just had to wait now. Did they wait too long? Got to drag it to the 4 foot.
Whoa! Oh, 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 oh!
They're going to come out the other side if they keep going. It goes right to the top 4. Great shot from Edin. Perfect weight control there as he goes right down top 4.
Not too bad. Even if he sit right here, he's got a tough shot. Yeah, we don't have nothing of it. Yeah?
We could run our guard back too for that matter.
I don't like that. I either like the soft through the house tap back or the...
Pick's tough. No, pick's really tough.
Run back's decently safe. I don't see him killing our stone somehow.
No, but we're gonna move. We're gonna move it though, eh? I mean, it's still gonna be there, but
You don't think we have like a hack weight tap through?
actually, it's not that dangerous, Jerry, because we probably won't kill our stone, which means that split won't come into play, right?
Right. But
Yeah, our stone's never leaving.
Run back's the safest shot. This I don't like. This is tough.
Okay.
With any weight, that's tough. I think so, Jerry. I think it's worth a try. Jeez, if we nut it on the nose, it's real good, eh?
Well, the 2 options I think they were trying to size up there was either as a straight back, which they're going to play, and what Pat's saying, if he noses it, a red onto and clips the back one, then get rid of both lie 2 and leave their guard still in play. The other one was the, I think the intern trying to tap that red over the top and stick around to lie 2. Those are the 2 shot options that are going with the run back here. We'll see Jerry quickly after this one hop back into the house, see if he can call the line as well. Pat wants this one right on the nose.
Yep. Oh. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Hard. Hard.
Well, they want it right on the nose. This shall be close. Clip the back
Great
one,
shot.
just narrowly misses clipping it, but still pretty good. He runs it straight back, clips that one, and now Niklas Edin will need the 4 foot piece of the button to get a single point. Pat Simmons comes up with a key straight back. Not an easy one. It was about a halfway guard. Had to run it straight back. Fairly lengthy, and they were very close to clipping the back one, getting rid of that back red. But nonetheless still gets yellow, yellow, red, gone, just misses the backstones, and lying 2 is Pat Simmons. Well, Niklas showed the touch with his first, drawing the forefoot. He'll need that again to get a single point, down 1-0 in this game.
Vad är farten? Fart! Oh. Måste curla om den ska ha rygg. Måste curla om den ska ha rygg. Oh.
Well, sweepers are close, always a good sign, as this one will come down and he will be good. Right to the side of the button. Doesn't phase Niklas Edin. He draws the can, gets a single point. We have a 1-1 game here. It's B qualifier time at the Brooks Curling Club and the Cactus Pheasant Classic. Well, we'll get you up to date with all the other games going on. We'll start on sheet 1. A single point put up between Bob Ursel, Greg McCauley, and all BC. A matchup over on sheet 1 there, while Mike McEwen taking on Sean Giel. This a B qualifier. McEwen lost an A qualifier earlier, up 1-0 over Giel on sheet 2 right there, so we'll slide over. And we are on sheet 3 for our feature game. It's all tied up at 1, playing the third. While on sheet 4, Wayne Madaw strikes first against Jason Gunlickson. We just previously saw Wayne Madaw win over Ralph Stockley to get into that B qualifier. Well, this, I told you, was a C event game. Kevin Cooey lost his first 2, trying to make it 3 in a row in the C event. Blank first end between him and Fang Chong Wang of China. Well, a blank in an all Switzerland matchup. Both these teams coming over for the practice and the training. They end up playing one another, and the chances in a 24-team field, not that great. They end up playing each other here at the Cactus Pheasant Classic. And something they could have done over in Switzerland, but here they're playing to keep for their hopes alive of getting to the quarterfinals.
Lots of weight, though, isn't it?
Lots of weight! Whoa! Gotta go line soon, yep, hard! Gotta go, gotta go!
Okay, just play a split for short.
Hard, yeah, hard for...
Split to...
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, they knew they needed maybe a little bit to slow this one down, as it still goes back part of the rings. Just a little hot for Steve Laycock trying to draw around that guard.
Samma fart lite nästan. Vad sa du? 84. Ja, 10. Japp. 10. Bara fart. 10. Wow. Topp 4, topp 4. 10.
Whoa.
Well, by with lots of room to spare, and this one as well goes a little bit deeper, goes back button. Simmons will come with the other turn now, just keep the angles in their favor. If they come with the other one, it lines right up onto their yellow rock. So that's why we'll see them come down here with the in-turn, trying to freeze to that one side of the button.
Line's good. 6.
Oh, we gotta go then if it's only 6.
Yep. Line's good. Yep. Hard line. 4. Hard, guys. Go. Go, 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 go. Bounce it. Hard. Bounce it.
Well, the first one heavy, this one short. We have seen some teams have some trouble with yellow rocks on this sheet. Maybe trying, normally the lead will get some of the bad stones, ones that don't quite match up. That one might just be a bit of a pig, as they call it, a slower stone, whereas the first one slides deep. Steve trying to counteract, throws too little weight, comes up on that guard, and it's still Edin lying 1.
Jag tycker nog den.
No.
Stannar du nära är det okej. Alltså. Ja.
Whoa!
Nej, bakkantlott! Bakkantlott!
Bra linje!
10!
Rakettvitt! 10!
Ja, bra nu!
Rakettvitt! Japp, japp! Whoa! Ja, studs av lite grann. Fan mycket fart där va?
Ja.
Well, both teams having some troubles here. That one comes up short also, as just setting up those angles in a weird spots out in front, and Pat has to be leery of leaving them sort of staggered the way that they sit. They're going to have to try and blast them. I think they might be able to spill that yellow off the back edge of that red one in. Well, Jeff Sharp here, I'll try and blast the front. That's the objective. If they can get that yellow in, that's a bonus on this shot.
Whoa! Whoa!
Little
Off! Right off!
It's too tin.
While trying to blast it, spill them all, and I need to come up just a little bit. That one will slide right into the back part, and as we see that, we'll quickly cut over and update the Gunlickson-Madaw game. It is shot stone right now for Madaw. It's that Redstone back 8 foot. He just came down, tried for the freeze, and was a little heavy. Jason Gunlickson here now. We'll try to just tap that one over the top, get rid of it, score 4 at least, possibly even 5 if he holds his shooter here. It is close to that guard. If they get by, they're going to be real close, and this is very close. If they can avoid the jam, tap it back over the top, and there's a handful for Jason Gunlickson as he picks up 5 in the second end of that game. I believe Madaw got 1 in the first over there. It is a 5-1 game over on sheet 4 right next to us. So Jason Gunlickson, who started off 4-0 against Glenn Howard in the A qualifier, losing that one in an extra end, starts out 5-1 over Wayne Madaw.
This top, I think, Pat. This top. Top. Hey?
Okay.
You don't want to go back there.
You don't like over here?
Top, yeah, but up, higher.
Okay. T-line then, or?
Hey?
Just deep enough without leaning up.
Yeah, right. It's got to be at least T then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, now he gets back here in this end. We missed the last of second stones for Lindbergh, and here Jeff Sharp going to draw to lie 2. Trying to use those stones in behind as well as some backing, trying to set up a deuce. They had a chance in the first, but just let it slip out of their grasps late in the end.
T-line just above even is fine.
I think we can hurt it.
Hard, guys. Real hard. Real hard.
That's okay.
Go.
It's fine.
Okay, yeah, it's fine.
And caught.
Well, that one well short. Just don't see this level of curler coming up that short on it. And Jeff Sharp well short, a guard out in front. Now Niklas Edin calling to try and roll behind it to those stones in that dead zone past the rings. We're halfway through this third end. A B qualifier action for you on curltv.com.
Yep. Hard! Kör! Kom igen, hela vägen.
Well, Sebastian Kraup trying to make this roll. He won't. He'll actually roll the other way. And by rolling out now, gives Pat Simmons and Jerry Adam a chance to use that corner guard with protection in behind. So a huge opportunity now to use that corner guard after back-to-back misses from both sides. It's status quo, and here's another opportunity for Simmons to set up a deuce.
Yep. Line's going. Room.
Lots of room.
Line's real good.
Off if you can. Okay.
Hard. Hard if you need it. Line's good.
Lots of room.
Room. Oh.
Lots of room.
Whoa. Right off. Not any deeper. Whoa. Good. Atta boy.
Well, that one in a great spot. They can't really play a hit because they have to be afraid of jamming and leaving it in. So Again, here's the freeze, and because this rock's in front of the tee line, they have to make sure they're on the corner of it to try and make sure the shot's don't. If they're not, Pat Simmons can draw the other side to lie 2.
Yep.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Perfekt linje. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Well, they got to make sure they hold the line. Did they lose it too far? And they do lose it. It over curls on them. It's not shot stone, and here's where Pat can just split the rings, a lie 2. And that's the tough part about playing that corner freeze on a rock in front of the tee line. If it over curls at all, you're dead, and that's exactly what happened in that case. And now Pat can split the rings to lie 2.
How is it? Keep going. Keep going, all you can. Go,
Well, need a piece of the 8-foot if they can. Keep it going as far as possible and get a piece of the 8-foot. And Pat Simmons out to help, but that one goes to Sharp and Laycock as they drag that one top 8-foot to lie 2, and a long roll to try and get those stones closer together.
Den där tar inte vägen någonstans, den lär sitta där nere.
Jag tror att den sitter så här, ja.
Ja, det ska ju vara om vi kommer på chapp där. Inte om vi tar den, eller?
Jag tror det.
Den blir kvar bakom gard i och för sig.
Ja, en 10 takes, typ.
Ja, 10 ganska lång vick, halvträff. Ja, 11 take duger väl kanske också.
Ja, 11 funkar också. Så får vi chansen för att dubbla det.
Mer. Mellan 10 och 11 så tar vi den där och vickar inåt. Viktigt att ligga kvar, för deras kommer vara kvar 3:e sten i bot. Eller kommer stanna mot våran röda, 4:e sten då.
Well, skip stones of the 4th end. Playing the out-turn hit. They want to try and play the hit on that top one. After the corner freeze, still in a position they can use. Roll both of their stones away. The one in behind. Have to avoid the jam, though. First of all, get by the guard. They are. Now make the hit. Avoid the jam. It'll jam, leaves it in. And they lie 1st and 3rd now. But that back one does stick around as a jam. Pat trying to set up a possibility where his stone, he can still keep that back rock in play as a possible catcher for 3.
Exposed here, remember? If we go board there, it'll curl for us nice.
Yep.
So.
Niklas was trying to get roll all the way behind that Yellowstone, force Pat to hit what would be second shot at the time, maybe get a miscue, but here, hit and roll over. If you get a hit, a nose hit back, or even a hit and roll away, you might have a double to bring that one into play and score 3.
Real hard, real hard. Yep. Go! Hard!
Well, right out of his hand. Can they hold it? That's the question.
Really hard, guys, hard!
This one just to try and catch a piece of this one.
No.
Pat Simmons will flash the hit, and any chance of 3 now gone away. He's going to be in trouble to score a deuce because of that flash on his first. Had a glorious chance after a good setup in the end by his team, and similar to the first, good opportunity let out of their grasp by Pat Simmons.
En klassiker. Jag mesar den inte. Han bara, va? Eller, alltså jag sätter på den. Kan bli hårt som sten. 10, samma som i första gången. Behöver inte ta någon vick in och bara chappa där. Japp.
Japp!
Rent.
Rent! Oh! Whoa! Japp! Japp!
Japp.
Japp! Japp!
Well, this is a hit to lie 3 for Edin.
Janet! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
We'll get a little roll in, and now a decision for Pat. He can come down, make the nose hit, and pick up his single. Niklas was hoping for a little more roll, either force Pat to play the double or even a draw to the 4-foot for 1.
Not too much, eh?
Stevie's draws and stuff came in here.
But that hit on the last one has to be in the back of Pat's mind of what this one will do, because of he threw the out turn with his last one and flashed it. Here he's going to go with the in turn. Needs the nose hit to stick around in the 8-foot, pick up a single point and a 2-1 lead in a game that he very well could be up, scoring deuces both times with the hammer. Here he's going to have to settle for another single.
Clean. Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Well, they need to hit and stick. This one comes up enough at the end. It'll roll a bit, but it is there for a single point as we are through 3 ends of play here. As we bring you more coverage tomorrow of our the Cactus Pheasant Classic. We'll have a triple header for you tomorrow, which will start 1:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll have C semifinal action for you, C qualifier action, and then the quarterfinals coming up tomorrow night live from Brooks, Alberta, only on CurlTV.com. Well, 2-1 the score here. Pat Simmons could have more, but still has a 1-point lead in our feature B qualifier. Of course, we'll bring you updates of all the other ones. We showed you the live update. Jason Gunlickson getting 5, a handful against Wayne Madaw in the second end. So that one, a 4-point lead for the young Manitoba squad. Trying to put together another successful event. There's a finalist last weekend in Portage La Prairie, Manitoba. Here, a win puts them into the quarters.
0-9. Vad sa du? Ja, det är 0-9.
Japp, japp. Bra där.
Well, the first stone top 4-foot, the corner guard out in front.
Good line. Nice line.
We'll see if so the center line guard here for Steve Laycock.
Let it work. Whoa, let it
Niklas
go.
Edin with the hammer here in N4.
Soon as you're not in, go. Hard, hard if it's not in. Hard. Hard. Good.
Well, you may wonder what Pat means by as soon as you're not in, go. Had to let the weight come off a little bit, but needed to go for line to try and finish it. Wanted to take advantage of the 4-rock free guard zone rule. So they thought that stone was going to slide into the rings. They left it. And once they saw the weight come off enough that they could sweep it without it sliding in to be hit, which the one in the rings is available to do, and Victor Yall will try to. They got on it. And trying to roll behind the corner if they can. They're through the port. Now make contact, play the little roll, and roll to the side. Solid effort, but need to curl out just a little bit more to make the perfect roll.
Clean.
Pretty quick.
Hard. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa, whoa.
Well, they're past the guard now, trying to get a little inside flip if they can. Use the corner. And very nice. Touches 4-foot. It is, and Jeff Sharp makes the perfect roll. We'll see play behind the corner guard now with that roll being made. The intern freeze.
Genom. Wow. Genom. Helt igenom.
Well, trying to come down, move that out, but they'll just chip it out from under. They're trying to draw a tap. Bit heavy, slides back. It is shot stone, just hanging on to the back of the 4-foot there. There is potential to try and come down to it with the outturn to play a little tap, but Pat electing just to freeze, try and draw down to it with the intern of it.
Heavy.
Whoa. Whoa, right off. Right off.
Strong.
No line.
No weight.
Clean, clean.
Just for line.
Room.
Heavy.
Room. Line's good. Line's good. Yep. Yep. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go.
Okay,
Good shot, Jeff. Attaboy it.
Well, they don't go right to it, but it's in a good position because of the angle it has. That rock in behind. That's the problem with rocks going deep. Early rock placement, crucial. That one's sliding deep.
Ja, eller?
Blev väl inget bättre av det.
Jag tycker inte den, ja. Ja. Och så var nästan på andra hållet, men det...
Den här ligger inte så dåligt egentligen.
Nej.
Nej, kör när du. Normalt fint släpp nu. Normalt släpp.
80. Eller?
Backat flott. Backat fritt.
Bra fart!
Bort.
Bra fart! Topp 4! Topp 4!
Bra linje.
Bra fart.
Wow.
Topp 4!
Wow. Måste insida på den här.
Topp 4!
Helt upp än så länge. Kommer fint. Vänta,
Nej,
vänta, vänta.
ligger där själv. Ligger själv.
Vänta. Bra linje.
Well, just trying to draw down, just chip it a little bit. They get themselves in a good position in front of the tee line.
Pardon me? Okay.
here.
Come on.
Well, halfway through this fourth end, play in the 4 foot, closing in the scoring zone.
Hard line! Where are you? Hard! Hard! All the way!
Just trying to take away the angle that Niklas Edin has on that top redstone. Trying to freeze to it, and it'll come down.
Beauty. Real nice.
Almost in those, just a little hair high. Can't really throw any weight the way it's sitting because of the stagger of where that guard sits and how much of that Yellowstone is visible.
Helt ärligt. En chapp.
Well, there might be some drag with all those stones. See if they could get that Yellowstone out, but it's tough to tell right now. They got to move something because right now they don't have a way to really get into the 4 foot to score. Other than trying to move things around. Here they're going to run this Yellowstone straight back. Sebastian Kraup's first of third stones.
Jump! 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 Hard! Jump! Hard! Jump! Hard!
I'll run it straight back and it'll end up picking their stone out back 8 foot instead of catching the one top of the 8. Rolling it over to a corner now as the dust settles. Simmons looks to see what situation he's in, and he's still pretty good.
We can't. Said we move moving it? Moving it a foot? Tapping it a foot? Okay.
We'll go this way again. This way.
Sure. That's fine. Yeah, I think it's normal. They threw those draws in here. They did. This end.
We know the way. Like no one did the shoot over here, no one's played here.
Well, they just did. They just played that little tap back there. Maybe we should play this one then.
Where do you want to be? Like right here?
Okay.
Well, they do want to put this one out in front. I think that's definitely the call to put this centerline guard, protect the lineup you have. You have shot stone without the hammer in a good position. No real angles for Niklas Edin at the moment.
Line's good, yep. Yes! Clean, yep. Yep, yep, go, 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 go. Good shot.
Well, it's a longer guard, and there definitely is room to try and get around it to get maybe 2 of those stones, but it probably over a curl the way angle they want to hit that top yellow. Right now, just nothing lining up to make an offensive play for Niklas Edin.
Ja, 3/4 är nära.
Var med 4 och sopa bort den här. Jump! Jump!
Whoa!
Jump! Jump!
Well, trying for a double peel here, go over the top, but they'll end up leaving that one they hit first out in front. They leave their shooter out in front. There is that center line port again, but you plug the center line up, and Niklas Edin will continue to have to peel and blast his way out of it, and really doesn't have any options.
Center guard.
I have 2 of them. There, one's gone. I don't think that one's mine either. Maybe those ones.
Well, Jerry Adam been around the game a long time, one of the sportsmen in the game. Actually, most are, but even more so than many out there. Goes up, makes a comment to Niklas Edin, and we'll see Pat Simmons put up this center line guard. Just take away every path available for Niklas Edin, force him to throw that big weight to open things up.
Whoa.
It's going to bend too much.
Whoa. 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 Line's good. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Well done. Goes right on the center line on the World Curling Tour logo out in front. Looking to see if there's a port to get through. Have to throw this one fairly hard to get through it if it does anything for you. Well, I don't think you can throw this hard, actually, now that I look at it to get through. Got to throw it soft. Just curl past the top one. I have to curl since to get past the next one.
Finns det spelar lite mjukare?
Ja, men det jag menar. Spela en 11 take nästan. Gå på fjärdedelsträffen.
Ja, exakt. Då får vi inte ut den här i och för sig.
10 take då.
Ja, det måste vi spela minst. Då får vi bara ut den hit, tror jag.
Ja, vi måste bara försöka få in en skott. Eller så dammar vi ner den där chapp. Eller lite utsida.
Ja, det kan vi göra.
Försöka göra trippen.
Ja, det kan vi göra. Det är nästan mer på, Niklas.
Ja.
Det, eller ta den där uppe.
Ja.
Bara få bort det här i alla fall så du får dra.
Right now you try and double peel those two yellows. That's going to give yourself a chance to score. I don't know if you can get through, and this is the smart call here for Niklas. Try and blast it, get through.
Kanske du får sopa röd ditåt om vi skulle få träff.
Det är i princip chappen, det är ingenting från chappen.
Chappa ner garden, försöker göra trippen. Undan med slagstenen nästan oavsett vad som händer. Få träff där ner så kommer röd i och för sig ligga kvar där, så det beror lite grann på det. Men sopa undan den från linan i alla fall.
Well, Niklas Edin's first of skip stones here in the fourth end. Speed qualifier action. Of course, the triple knockout format here. Trying for the double peel.
Whoa, Victor!
And they'll end up running it right through the hole of everything. And not even the right side of that stone. They leave their rock out in front.
Yeah, he's got a tough shot for one.
I don't know what Pat does to try and bring another one in. That's the problem. They would like to bring another one in there, but really
with some weight.
Tough path to get there. Get in there for two. And
well, either just come to the yellow one. Throw some weight at this. You know, throw like a top back on this. It's got a dead buried egg, so what are yours? We're saying, okay, he doesn't.
Long guard the hole.
I think same shot kind of thing.
Long guard the hole.
And let him run it in there again. Yeah. We can't do nothing about that.
Really long guard though. The longer the better.
Where was I? Right there? You got to be a little less than. Not much.
You just seem to move that one a little bit quick, eh? Just a broom width? I think so. Yeah. Hey, throw it to the guys.
Yeah.
well, looks like they're. Hear the comment. Throw it to the guys.
Hog guys, like really long guard. 1-2.
You'd almost rather hog this one than come too deep and not be in the right spot. Want to leave this long so it can't really be run back. Nothing on those guards right now. So just over the hog line, it'll probably just be into this a frame right here. Pat in a good position to try and steal an extra point. In my opinion, it's controlled play in this game, especially in this end. Continuing to put up these guards. Edin hasn't been able to blast and get out of it.
Mine's real good. Whoa. Just clean.
Has to curl a
Whoa,
bit.
Off for a bit.
Has to curl a bit. Now it's okay. Clean.
Clean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just over and stop. Over and stop.
Whoa.
Yeah. Over and stop.
Whoa.
Well, just over the hog line. And
pardon me?
that's exactly where it'll go.
I was just
and long guard splits the center line.
I don't know.
I don't know if Niklas Edin has anything to play, if he wants to try and run anything.
Finns den? Smita där, komma så. Inte för 2 antar jag.
Whether there's anything worthwhile to. You could try that out turn, chip off the red and roll into the top of the button. Might be a possibility. He's looking at that long red angle raise.
Nej, ett finns det för. Undrar om vi kan...
Är det lättare att göra någonting här i luckan då? Bara dra Leirkala över.
Ja.
Vi kommer inte kunna styra in
styrningen på den i så fall.
The question is, can they hurt themselves by playing? If they hit it wrong, can they come down, pick that red out off the back yellow?
Nästan vi får skjuta igen ändå.
Jag tycker nästan vi skjuter den röda.
Ja. Den gula finns ju risk att vi bara snärtar egen, tappar 2 på. Då är fan den här nästan lätt. Nej,
jag tycker den här är lättare. Vänta. Den här finns det risk också med.
Well, long look at these runbacks. Niklas trying to see if there's angle to get past that second guard to run it in. That's the question. See if they can get at it. And I don't think if they play that top one that they can actually take out their own red. Pat has no problem leaving this one for the young Swedish skip to throw. Looks like he's going to play the angle raise, and Kropp lining it up, and Pat will say if he makes it, he earns this point or 2. There is a chance if you hit it right, you could stick around to try and get your deuce, but not a high percentage shot to throw with your last rock of the 4th end. We know Niklas Edin can throw them hard. And here we'll get an example of it. With his last rock of 4.
Yep. Whoa.
Well, nothing yet. Run it back. They'll end up going right through the hole. Need to come up a little more, and he makes it. But instead, it goes right through, and it is a steal of 1 for Pat Simmons. His Davidson, Saskatchewan rink lead 3-1 at the break here at the Cactus Pheasant Classic. Well, 3-1. We play into the 5th end. Steve Laycock start things off after that steal in the last.
Get it here. Get it here.
Long angle raise was very low percentage for Niklas Edin. Didn't come up with it, and that means Pat Simmons a 2-point lead. It's the first stone again into the top of the rings. We'll see the corner guard for Victor Yall.
Ja, det är 0.
Bra.
Well, the corner guard, and as we expect, we'll see the center line guard going out, protect the 1, top 4-foot here for Steve Laycock.
Mine's good.
Of course, their final tune-up prior to the free trials as well. This Niklas Edin team getting ready for the Olympics. They actually did a trip to Kelowna where they'll be training prior to the Olympic Winter Games in Vancouver just before this event. So coming from Toronto, they go out to Kelowna, then back to Brooks here for this one. They were out throwing a couple times the day before and getting prepared for it. As a successful trip so far, qualifying in Mississauga here, their second qualifier game.
Ligger där.
Japp, japp!
Ja, mitt. Bite mitt.
Hårt, hårt, hårt!
Där.
Well, Pat Simmons, a 2-point lead, going to peel the guard. Here's where he's gotten a little more defensive in the last couple of years, knowing he doesn't need to duke it out all the time, go all out, and started calling a little bit smarter of a game. Sometimes allowed teams back in it, albeit a 2-point lead, but this is the danger stone, and realizing that, Jeff Sharp will play the peel on it.
Yep, yep. Hard. Clean. Clean. Nice throw. Attaboy.
So the peel there, Jeff Sharp peels that one out, leaves those stones just on the center line. They overlap, leaves that stone top of the 4-foot, well protected.
Vilken har du?
80 tror jag på. Bra fart!
Hårt! Wow, bara fart!
Bra fart! Topp 4!
Bara fart! Wow, wow, wow,
Topp 4!
wow. Wow, wow, wow. Bra.
Well, it comes down, plays a little bump on it, was trying to get right to it, and just moves it a little bit, not enough available that redstone to play a hit. Have to try and cross it a hair and freeze to the face. Now getting to this finesse game around those two stones on the center line. Shot stone for Pat Simmons, a 3-1 lead.
It's heavy.
Line's dead. Room. 6. Clean. Yep.
Careful the weight, Steve.
Whoa. Moving it. Whoa, whoa. Clean. Yeah.
Try moving it in.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa.
We're good for weight.
Room, room.
But just trying to set up this angle. You hear the
Right
communication,
off now.
probably
Right
moving it a little bit.
Let it curl, let it curl.
Try and cross the face
yep,
a little
yep,
bit.
yep, yep, yep.
An absolute
Oh, what a
peach
shot.
there from Jeff Sharp. A great touch and great communication there as they put it right in front. A perfect angle, and they have a play onto that redstone to get rid of it later. And Niklas Edin will try to counter that by playing a little tap, move it around. Can't just freeze here, has to try and maneuver them around a little bit.
Bra fart!
Japp!
10!
Japp!
10!
Hårt! 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 Fortsätt, fortsätt. Fortsätt, 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 fortsätt.
Well, they won't get past, but they will move things around a bit. They chip off the top, and again, another stone out in front. That little miscue, and Pat plays a little hit here. Even just a hit and roll over on the corner of that redstone's pretty good. Just wondering if it does touch that yellow stone out in front.
In turn. Yep. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Well, trying to cross a bit, needs to make this double or a hit and roll. Get the one, push it over, and will not make the double, but does push it out into the open on that side. That's Simmons lying one. With that one top of the button. That's the first rock of the end. Freezes and taps have ensued. Sebastian Kropp looks from the other end here. what they have. They have that double basically to kill that one, lie 1. They'd lie 1, 3, and 4, which is pretty good if you can make that.
Eller går hålet, finns det ett hål?
Nej. Ja.
Tunn där kan ju vara okej också.
Ja. Kanske finns, men det är jävligt tight.
Well, I think they're looking at that hole. If you can get through, you might just be able to fit a rock through that if you tried to push it through, but
Måste komma åt den här.
still not set up that bad as really either side back and forth. Probably both quite content in the way it sits. Those yellow rocks at top 12 foot can be the danger stone for Edin. I think hit and roll isn't a bad call here. Even if you just nose it and sit in front is pretty good.
Whoa. Jump! Whoa! Jump! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Well, they can make the double. They'll jam on that one. They leave that one out in front. They have that straight back. As Pat tries to figure out, they lie 1, 1st, and 3rd. They need to get another one in there. That red rock that was just thrown is a dangerous stone there. The double probably jams into the pile. Can't play that.
Probably doesn't go, eh?
Pretty tough. Don't know if it's the right shot anyway.
Do this again. Lie 3.
What Jerry was pointing at was that yellow just out in front, running it back. Can actually spill that one you run in a little bit over, take away that red straight back.
Probably the shot. The good thing is his shooter's not going to be in the house either. So, no, try and nose it. I think, eh?
Even if you're a little off, at least we have a couple stones.
Well, options are to go behind here, which isn't bad, right?
Yeah, like just if we go nose, 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 it's kind of limiting what we can do on the runbacks. Might be better just to be here.
Yeah. Still, I'd rather nose it because if we do this, he might have this and sit here, right? So, let's try and nose it. Just control, okay? Pretty straight here, Jerry. Pretty straight here. This is my path.
This is where you're shot in the 3rd end. Yeah.
Well, there you hear the input that Steve Laycock gives. Of course, Skip, before joining this team, actually was the replacement for Ben Hebert when he was on this Pat Simmons squad. First year they went to the Brier in a run of 5 straight. Last year, of course, Joel Jordison, the rep for Saskatchewan. A very disappointing season for Pat on their standards, and trying to build this year. Already a more successful season than the one previous, and Jerry Adams trying to nose this one.
Easy.
Whoa, whoa! Clean out! Yeah.
Whoa! Yep!
Yes!
Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Well, straight back onto it. Rolls it off just a little bit. They do lie 3. That was what they're looking for, as they want to try and see if they could go nose-nose, get rid of that red stone. Edin still has those reds on the left-hand side to raise back. And with no real guards other than the one that was just thrown on the nose hit, a lot of rocks here and a lot of angles that both sides are battling on.
Det är lite jobbigt om vi inte gör den där.
Nej.
Skjuter den lite utsida. Där. Så gör vi nog trippeln där. I alla fall en dubbel någonstans.
Ja.
Well, it looks like the indication, I think playing this double, possibly the triple, if they can get rid of all those stones. Sebastian Kraup will attempt this one. The only problem, is that the double will go now for Pat Simmons to get rid of both those reds. And this one could be fairly open in just a matter of 2 stones.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Ball straight back, we'll try and get them all. Roll that yellow just underneath the reds. And now that double won't go. It's still 1-2 for Simmons. Has to be aware of that red back.
Right?
As we're into skip stones of N5 now.
Can't go inside. There's not. Doesn't do us any benefit to go here. It doesn't. Just gives him a run double or something like that, right?
If you ever could get here, it's pretty good.
Yeah, but tough shot though. He could have that. He could have that outside one in there then, or something like that. If we sit right here, is that bad?
Sit right here. He makes that though. We gotta probably try that double, right? Can't guard.
No. Yeah, that's a call. Here. Pardon me? I think, Jeff, if we ever touch the other red one, we're going to be in trouble, eh? Like, it'll just go back in here and sit in behind.
Big trouble.
No, let's not make a shot for them. Let's let them make a good shot, okay? I like. Okay, where do we want to go?
No.
Where's it?
Right here.
Like right here? Just behind it?
No, a little further, Jerry.
Well, that's okay. Like,
erring on the side of, like, even here's fine, right?
Better here than you are here.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
okay, all right, good.
Well, and the comment by Steve is that you want to would rather be deep than coming up short, because if you come up short, then there's the double to sit buried behind those two out in front. So the out turn to go to the back 8 foot. Pat Simmons first of skip stones. A lot of discussions in this 5th end. A 3-1 Pat Simmons lead. Winner moves to the quarterfinals, which will be tomorrow night. Take on the winner of the Giel-McEwen qualifier. Get a chance to update you that following this end, so stay tuned following this end for an update of all the other games going on.
Tight. Tight.
Where are you? Hard! Go! Hard! Hard!
Yep.
Get her at least T! Behind the T! Go!
Yep. Can't hurt it.
Hard, guys! Hard! You gotta go!
Whoa. Okay, go.
Hard! Go!
Well, they didn't want to be short with that, and that's exactly why they didn't. Now there's a double. Because that one comes up short, they can carry up in behind. They can play that red back. They have really 3 options at this point now for Niklas Edin.
Det är bättre att sätta den här rakt ner. Nej. Jag tror inte vi får alltså, även om jag sätter dubbeln, det känns som att alltså någon uppvick tror jag inte vi får.
Men kommer vi hit? Alltså,
så slår han bara rulla ut och ligger 2. Det här är ju inget svårare slag än dubbeln.
jag tycker den här, ja. Provar. Får vi bara
Vinkeln känns jävligt svårt att kunna rulla upp.
Får vi bara i minsta grejen, han vill inte gå för nära heller, för då kan han ju ticka in det här åt oss.
Ja.
Så det är lätt att han kanske bara slår och rullar av, så vi låter han. Så därför tycker vi kör på den. För det är så jävla känsligt för han.
Innan så.
Jag tror på lite mindre, Niklas.
Jag vet inte. Inne på dubbeln lite grann. Men jag är nog mer inne på skjuta rakt. Det känns som det enda sättet att få 2 på. Även om man sätter dubbeln kommer vi ligga hela upp. Och slår han bara rulla ut. Eller vicka ut på andra sidan ligger 2. Nu måste vi spela dubbeln och spinna upp lite. De ligger nästan jämnhöjd de där 2. Det känns rätt svårt. Men... gör vi bara dubbeln får vi lätt i alla fall. Spelar en ganska hård. Jag är med och rulla upp den om det går.
Oh!
Well, Niklas Edin was throwing that one hard. He was trying to make the double and roll it up. A mistake there from Edin. I think he just overthrew it. Didn't need to try that hard to make the roll back up. Needed to make the double first and foremost. But Pat now
Unless we roll way over.
Try and make the big
roll
roll.
too far, probably?
Knows it isn't
If
good.
we roll too far, maybe?
Knows isn't that bad because you still have to make that
let's
double.
Make the shot. Let's make it right there, boys. Put it right there.
For one, because it's now the last rock of the end. But Pat Simmons with his last going to try and roll big in behind the lie 3.
Give it to the guys.
It's almost hard to roll over top bars though anyway.
You're going to hit that. You're going to touch that. Yeah.
Control. Same as my shot 2 ends ago. No. No, should be able to hold it if we need to here, so.
Well, Pat trying for the big roll here, trying to roll across the row.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
They're close. They're trying to make the big roll if they can, as they'll roll just into the split the center. They'll lie 3. There is a just off nose double to try and score 1. You can play the red back to score 1, or you can draw the side of the button for 1. Those are the 3 options now for Niklas Edin with his last stone of 5.
Det här kan vi köra också.
Det är lite tråkigt om man tar för tunt så tappar vi 2 på den.
Det gör vi
här också.
här
också. Men
ja. Bra här då. Det är helt okej att köra den här med typ.
Jag tycker den känns lättast.
Okej.
10.
Ja.
Skjuta ner han köp. 10.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
So they decide to play this red back. They got to make sure they get this one straight back, right onto the yellow. They'll stick it to score their 1. A great shot and a hard-earned single point by Niklas Edin. All he had there. They're still, though, down 1 with 3 to play here inside the Brooks Curling Club. You're watching the Cactus Pheasant Classic on CurlTV.com. Luke Coley with you as we'll take a look around all the other games going on. C event play. Loser goes home in this one. Bob Ursel, Greg McCauley, and it's a 2-1 McCauley lead as they play in the 4th end of that one on sheet 1. Right next to him on sheet 2, Sean Giel, Mike McEwen all knotted up at 3s as they play in the 6th end of that B qualifier there. As we slide next to them is our featured game, Edin and Simmons. We're 3-2 into the 6th end. This one, it's been a wild one right next door to us, back and forth. The big 5 by Gunlickson as he did in the A qualifier. It's 5-5 as they play in the 6th end of that very up and down, topsy-turvy B qualifier there. Kevin Cooey, Fang Chung Wang battling it out. Was a 5-2 lead, 3 back by Wang and China. And Cooey doesn't look like they're sharp in this event, while Ralph Stockley, Claudio Pescia, an all-Swiss matchup over on sheet 6, and a 3-2 lead as we play the Cactus Pheasant Classic. It's draw 8. Steve Laycock and a 3-2 game. Simmons leads. They have the hammer and try to add to their lead at this point of the game.
Easy, easy. Ooh, easy. Yeah, a little bit.
Rakt in. Bra fart, toppvikt. Japp, japp! Hårt hela vägen! Helvete vad den sätter sig. Eller spåret.
It might be quicker here. Walks away. Could be through.
Well, after a good come around, the freeze wasn't made by Edin. They're going to draw to the other side. Simmons controlling play in this game. Missed chances to cap off ends early in this one in 1 and 3. They get the steal in 4, the force in 5, and have the hammer here. Draw to the open side to lie 2 early in this 6th end, as Niklas Edin knows down 1, can't afford to give up a deuce. The force is pretty good here, but early in the end facing 2, pardon me.
Japp! Ja, bra fart! Bara fart!
Frackat rött! Nej, frackat vitt!
Toppvikt! Bara fart!
Frackat blått!
Toppvikt!
Topp 4!
Topp 4! Topp 4! Kan runda den!
Bra förbi då. Japp! Kom igen, kom igen, kom igen!
Well, they go in top 8 foot, trying to hook it around. There is still room. Simmons try and get at it, roll away. We're going to try and add a bunch of stones to the wing here and have a collection. Keep stones around, put the pressure on Edin to decide if he wants to, how aggressively he wants to go after a steal or a force in the end.
No. Ah.
A little break there, waiting for Mr. Laycock to join us back out on the ice surface for Jeff Sharp's first. This is an important stone, and
Nice
Pat
control.
just takes a second, just try and hit and roll to the wing.
Little heavy.
Yes!
Well, maybe a little heavy might help as they're on it right out of his hand.
Whoa!
Like further front. Make sure.
Well, here they're going to be all over the guard. That really wasn't in play. And Sharp won't be happy with himself. He crashes on that guard. And they make the roll to the wing. They're lying 3 instead. They wreck on that guard. And Niklas Edin can play basically the same shot they were just trying. Maybe a little tap and roll on the corner of that
Den här är
Yellowstone.
okej också, om inte på linjen.
Samma fart är det. Jag hade 77 tror jag. Ja, bra fart!
Frackat blåvitt!
Topp 4! Topp 4!
Topp 4 precis!
Helt upp.
Topp 4!
Är med?
Dutta ner
Japp,
till.
japp, japp! Hårt! Hårt! Stenhårt!
Well, I'll try and play a little tap roll next to that yellow. They'll actually chip the yellow first, sit in front, and good result there because now that same shot's not available for Sharp. They can play a hit and roll.
Heel.
We're now forced to basically play this run over the top, open things up in the 6th end is a call for Pat to completely change the end was that miss by Jeff Sharp.
Whoa! No.
We'll get the other one.
While trying to run this one over the top, they'll end up jamming it on their side stone, and 2 misses from Sharp in the end. And it is a shot stone. Very well could have been lying 3 on Sharp's first. Instead, after his 2, they're faced with lying, Niklas Edin lying 1. They're going to guard it up at this stage of N6.
Japp. Rent. Bara rent.
Kommer kalla över en mil.
Rent.
Bara stanna, vicka ner med sopen bara. Bara stanna nu.
Oh. Oh.
Well, that one might have overcurled just a little bit. I think still Pat might rip that guard to open things up, or try and play big weight at the ones in the rings and try and spill everything.
This is bad.
Yeah.
Well, that's an understatement there, that it is bad, and Jerry definitely agrees they can get at part of it.
Maybe a little bit more. We got to move
Important that
everything.
they hold their shooter.
This, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Easy, 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 easy.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh, off, off.
Whoa.
Off, Jeff.
Right off. Right
Off,
off.
Jeff. Off, Jeff.
No.
Well, they wanted to try and hold the shooter. They got rid of that one. Get some separation and a little better scenario. They still leave Edin lying 1 with that guard out in front. And I think you may try and hook another one, or even a little hit and roll off that yellow.
Vi lägger skottet. En till guard där uppe, va?
Va?
En till guard. Hög.
Ja. Ja, det ska vara den i så fall, men det...
Slår vi den här och chappar och lägger en jätteenkel dubbel.
Ja, vi kan köra den här också. Men... Jag gillar nästan den här bättre. Jag vet inte.
Alltså var garden, va?
Ja, garden är helt okej.
Ja, gard då.
Den förra skar. Jag tror att det där är bra. Nej, ta lite mer. Den här curlar mer också.
Well, looked like the indication another center line guard. Double guard that one and try and play for a shot later in the end. This is a high guard. We might see a double peel attempt by Simmons on their next one. They just got to make sure they get this one there.
Stenhårt!
Well, they'll line it up right next to it. Pretty natural double peel to open things up for Simmons, and a natural call for him, just to try and peel everything, get him off to the side. It'll leave Edin lying 1 and those 2 stones in the rings.
Yeah! Hard! Hard!
Well, leaves the center. They didn't want to do that. They get the double peel, but shooter sticks around, and there Edin has the center line guard. They'll try and hook another one. Just has to be afraid of, doesn't want to set up a double with his 2 rocks, because there is that Yellowstone still a kicker in the rings.
Ja, men lägg mitt på locket i alla fall.
Frågan om vi ska ta in eller out.
Vad sa du?
Frågan om vi ska ta in eller out.
Så, tycker jag.
Det är bra att hamna där liksom. Då kan han ju dubbla det. Okej, här kan han här också.
Ja, det är okej.
Det enda han kan göra då är att slå, vicka ut för långt. Så har vi samma dragning igen.
Ja. Ja, så är det.
För sig ligger han kvar på den så. Nej, kör out den så gör man det. Locket. Jag ser fan rätt mycket av den där. Det kanske blir för enkel dubbel.
Well, the outturn come around for Niklas Edin.
Ser nästan 3/4 av den här
The
stenen.
youngest Olympic team representing their country so far on the men's side. Of course, Canada not determined yet. And now rethinking of possibly tapping.
Det är bättre.
Ja. Bajta lock. Får inte vara för tight som får en gimme dubbel. Då är det bättre att han kommer bakom 4 i så fall. Men vi gör med in den här så tar den helst inte så mycket i början. Hur mycket har du satsat? 80 är det bra.
Fart! Japp! Japp! Rent!
Bara fart! Bara
Fart!
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 Bara fart!
Ska ligga locket!
Perfekt linje!
Japp! Hårt! Japp!
While trying to go right around their stones. Do they have enough to get there? But they need to make sure they're 1-2. They'll sit side by side of their other one, and they do lie 1-2.
See if we can get lucky.
Try and get a little lucky. Try and stick it though is great too.
Yeah,
eh?
exactly.
Like stick one of them.
But looking at the straight back now,
shot you had,
Pat
no?
made a great straight back run. I believe in the second end that forced Edin to take one, playing it straight back. Here now he's trying to make it to give himself a chance to score
we'd have
2.
to get pretty lucky, but it's there. Yeah, you hit it just perfect, right? They're almost side by side though.
Well, they want this one right on the nose, on it, out of the hand. Do they have it in the right angle? Right on the nose, have enough to push that one out. And another great one for Pat Simmons. He makes a straight back a second time in this game. He goes straight back and kills both of those, leaves the guard, and Simmons lying 1. Decision, how hard do you want to go for the steal? Do you play the come around, risk giving up 2 and going down 3 with 2 to play? Or do you hit, try and make the roll, and risk blanking the end? Those are your 2 options now for Niklas Edin.
Jag tror inte han spelar samma skjutning.
Nej, jag vet, men det finns så jävla mycket curl. Jag kanske inte kommer runt ändå, men det ligger en bite 4 här.
Jag behöver inte ens lägga det samma igen bara här uppe. Ja. Alltid, alltså är det en helium så är det inget lätt slag oavsett.
Nej, men kör då. Jag är på det.
Jag tycker nästan det.
Vi kan gå på Niklas.
Känns inte som vi kommer stjäla i den här matchen. Ja, samma is.
Good shot.
Jag kör samma. Han kan inte hooka in hur många skjutningar.
Well, here's the decision. They made it. They're going to play the outturn come around. Seemed like the way they were playing was to try and go for the steal or a force. This really best bet to try and hook it behind. The only other play could be the hit and roll. If you don't make it, it's a blank. Here you don't make it, it's a deuce for Pat Simmons.
Så då, mitt bakom garden.
Japp!
Bara fart, bara fart!
Rent!
Wow, bara fart!
Är rent! Japp! Rent!
Bara fart,
Rent.
inte för djupt!
Risk över curl!
Inte för djupt då!
Well, they have the center line guard. See, they got to leave this high now so it doesn't come out the other side on Simmons, and it comes down, biting top of the forefoot. Simmons just played it. He's going to play the exact same thing, straight back. And this to score 2.
Nice shot.
Great come around by Niklas. He needed to. Really almost put the game on the line with that draw by getting to that spot. And of course, Jerry Adam, the good shot is, you hear it numerous times between the two teams. Last rock of 6. Pat Simmons just threw this one. Just has to be careful not to overthrow it. Nose hit on that guard. Stick it to score 2. First shot was harder, but this one to cap off an end and to score a deuce.
Yep, go! Hard! 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 Hard!
Well, did it once, can he do it twice? Right on the nose, and Pat Simmons back-to-back straight backs. And it's a deuce for Simmons and a 5-2 game. That's why he gets paid the big bucks to throw last rock. Simmons up 5-2 with 2 to play.
News from the ice. It's the only place to go for your daily curling fix.
Glenn Howard has taken over the lead on the men's group.
That's all right. I'll pick that one out. Roll it through the hole in front of the whole province, at least for Tony. Well, underachieve is definitely an understatement.
The final didn't quite live up to expectations.
CurlTV.com.
Your house online.
You say that way better than I do.
I know.
Well, quite a sequence of shots. Niklas Edin made his perfectly, but it was trumped by a better straight back. Just happened Pat Simmons had last rock in that end to play 2 straight backs. The Rays double, then the straight back to score is 2, and a 5-2 game. That was the first deuce of the game.
All the way, go. Good shot.
And it all goes back, decision time of what Niklas Edin wanted to do. It seemed he wanted to try and go for the steal in 6, get that score. So went for it. The risk did not pay off because Pat made the shot. It's 5-2 now in this B qualifier game. Loser drops down into a C semi, so they won't be able to bounce into a third. As if Edin can't come back, they'll drop into a C semi. They'll have to win to get to a C qualifier. And they'll await the winner of that Ursel-McCauley game, whoever isn't able to be victorious in this game.
Whoa!
Got some wheels here. Got some wheels.
Whoa! Off!
Well, and just a quick update, 4-3 Giel leading McEwen after 6 in one of the other B qualifiers here, just trying to play the tap on the nose, and very nice, right to the pin. And in the other one right next to us, a wild one, 7-5, Jason Gunlickson leads Wayne Madaw. There's been big shots being made, big weight shots being thrown, misses back and forth, and definitely opportunity to score points coming in. Wayne Madaw, scoring the highest scoring team points for per game. I think averaging about 13 points based on an 8-end game. Even if they don't play their 8-end game, they still will factor in what they would have if they did. The 2 guards out in front, the 2 in the rings.
Okay, boys.
See if Simmons can hold on to it. Just prior to this game, it was Jerry Adam that comes out and he goes, you know, it's been a hard day at work. We worked hard to get to this point. Let's not let it slip out of our grasp. Pick up the win, get into the quarterfinals, and have all day tomorrow until late at night to play.
Yep! Hard! Stay with yellow.
Well, the 1 will get the peel for Jeff Sharp. Rolls that one out. Still, Simmons lying 2.
Ta en raka!
Jag tror den är bra. 10! 10!
Kalla, se långt. Whoa.
While trying to use that corner guard, they just need a deuce back here in the end and have to steal an 8. Trying to use that guard. They go back 8 foot, and looks like it was a third shot at the moment.
Take a rip at her.
And room to get at that one, I believe.
I think we can.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, take it if you peel the guard, okay.
Well, Pat steps back. They can see half of it.
Right at it, make the shot. Let's do it.
There's the coaching perspective from Jerry Adam. Of course, he used to coach this team before he stepped in and play the second position. That was due to Chris Heikert moving north to the to Yellowknife.
Whoa!
Jerry stepping in and
Clean!
doesn't really miss a beat with him. And the coach playing on the ice and gets by, peels that one out. And just that extra vote of confidence as you're sitting in the hack coming from your teammate definitely helps going after that one.
Trycka ner dem här lite. Är det någonstans?
Ja. Spelar typ 50, 60 tror jag. Något sånt. Ja, 50 är helt okej också. Marginalen är hård lite.
Ja!
Fuck out det!
Hack!
Hack igenom!
Wow!
Hack!
Wow!
Hack!
Precis igenom.
Dryg hack!
Nej, hack.
Dryg hack!
Just trying to move these stones around, trying to use them.
Dryg hack!
I'll get one, touch the other one. They'll just go over the top, and just a little miss hit there. Yellow Simmons stone sticks around. Pat will try and roll back to the center in front.
Control.
Play the hit here, and depending on where he goes, if he ends up nosing this, Edin might play a hit and roll off the one on the button, try and use the corner, or even a straight draw behind to try and lie second shot.
Yep. Clean. Oh, easy. Whoa. Off, right off. It's good. Good throw.
Well, there's the nose hit. Now we'll see what Edin does. He has a couple options. He can play that straight draw because he just needs to be in the 8 foot to be second shot, or he plays the hit and roll behind. Well, he's deciding for the he can get this one better protected by playing the out-turn draw. Get this one behind Sebastian Kropp. There's been times, even in their A qualifier against Furby, they give up a big end, look like they're down and out. They keep picking away and score the big end to keep them in games. So they have the shot potential. Just need to keep picking away, and as well, Simmons can't let down their guards here. As they try to hook this one around, they won't get past as Kropp wrecks on the front. Simmons lies 3.
It's far enough back, eh?
We saw Pat sizing something up. I believe just trying to see where a come around would be on it, whether they had to try for the double peel. Just going for the one here.
Easy.
Clean. Whoa.
Easy.
Yep.
No.
They want to catch this fairly thick if they can, and they'll go over the top of that back one. Remain line 3. Now with that come around being probably third shot if you make it perfectly, looking at freezing the one on the button.
Eller vikt. Vikten, vad fan är det?
Svårt att dra in en skotte bakom den här garden. Ifall vi fryser och de bara smäller bort det så är det svårt att runda den och bli skotte.
Ja, jag vet. Ja.
Eller den kanske är lättare.
Den här då?
men den här vi måste få bort i så fall. Frys eller vick, någon av dem.
De ja. Frysen är inte så bra heller. Lägger i frysen så pangar de bort allt. Då kan vi ändå inte runda kornen bra, för då ligger ändå den bättre, den till höger. Så det blir liksom...
Bara frysa!
Ja, men kornen så drar de bara ut så ligger de 2 tempo ändå. Ja, jag tycker vicken i så fall.
Okej. 10 eller 11?
Ja! Whoa! 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 Oh! Whoa!
Well, lengthy discussion what they want to do, whether hit and roll, where they want to go. We'll make the hit, make the roll, and pretty close to perfect behind that Yellowstone top 12-foot. Only problem, it's about a 4-foot run back for Pat Simmons, and he's made about 20-foot run backs in the last end. This will seem fairly easy for him. Pat Simmons, a 5-2 lead in this game. They would play N7. Winner moves on to the quarterfinals. We'll take on the winner of the Geel McEwen qualifier going on right now. That Geel leads by a single point in 7. McEwen with the hammer there. While the Gunlickson Madaw winner will move on to the quarters, take on Kevin Martin in their quarterfinal.
Hard! Hard! Whoa!
Well, on it right away. Pat doesn't like it. He'll end up pilling it out. We'll get everything going, and that one will actually roll right out of the rings. So once was lying 3, now nothing in the rings. And they wanted to get that one out, see if it hits the board so that there's nothing for Niklas Edin to draw down to. He does have a guard that he can hook behind. Got the miss from Pat Simmons after a great hit and roll by Kroup. Deuce is needed in the 7th end for Niklas Edin.
Sebbe var malös eller vad var det? Han var ganska säker själv på att han... Men det lär ju inte sega in lika mycket på kanten där, men... Men det är någonting... 80... Mitt 80 någonting.
So an important come around, needing these 2 rocks to count. Does Niklas Edin, the young skip out of Sweden, who's a team qualified, who's country qualified for the Olympics, based on results at last year's Worlds in Moncton, New Brunswick, that they weren't playing at. Niklas Edin was a spectator. He got to celebrate when they were able to qualify. He was sitting in the stands, trying to bury this one here, trying to get into the quarterfinals with himself winning. Needs a 2 here. He'll get it top 12-foot. And now is that backstone possible jam candidate now after Pat Simmons' last
take
one.
our chances on this?
So what are we doing, Finn? Finn? Finn across?
I'm going to see how much I can see. That's probably the way to try it, though, yeah. Take our chances back in the corner, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't straighten out.
Well, the plan is to pick it thin over the top of that yellow. That's the way they're going to try and go after it. Could try and play it soft, but here you can get away with it a little bit, throwing some weight, blasting it off that yellow, even if you catch it at all. It's funny how those stones that stick around in that dead zone come into play late in ends as a pain to Pat Simmons. But here he's trying to avoid that. Just pick this one clean.
Whoa! Whoa!
Well, nothing yet. Do they have any of it? The sweeper's back off. Will pick it thin right over the top. And that one just came up enough. Now it's decision time. for Niklas Edin, down 5-2. Similar scenario we saw earlier today. Do you like your chances of scoring 3 or stealing 2 in the 8th end to tie up a game?
Lägger 2 corner mot dem. Han har inte dragit någonting nästan.
We saw Ralph Stockley take 1 in the 7th end in our earlier game today against Wayne Madaw. Tried to steal 2 and 8. Looking at the scoreboard, myself, I think better chance to try and throw this one through than steal 2. But we'll see what Niklas Edin does.
No, you're right.
This very well could be the draw, or it could be throwing it through. Find out momentarily from Niklas Edin.
I think same DLA, 2 in it.
So last rock here, and with this one, looks like they're going to draw and take the single point in the 7th end. Figure they can get their 2 guards out in front, try and get some in behind to steal 2, as opposed to using the corner guards, and after your second one comes to rest, the peels will come. We'll see if it works out in Edin's favor. This one will come to rest in the rings. It's a single point for the Swedes, a 5-3 Pat Simmons lead as we get set for the 8th end of our B qualifier. We'll get a chance to take a look around here at the Cactus Pheasant Classic. Over on sheet 1, C event play, it is Greg McCauley, Bob Ursel, all BC. A battle of those on sheet 1. It's 3-2. Ursel leading McCauley. Low scoring affair in that one. The first deuce for McEwen comes at a crucial time. They're now up 1, playing 8 without. So Giel needs 2 to win, 1 to tie on sheet 2 in one of 3 B qualifiers going on. We're on sheet 3 with our feature game, 5-3. Simmons has the hammer, heading to the 8th end of this one. Our game, this one next to us, a wild one. Keeping a close eye on it with Madaw and Gunlickson. Both teams can throw the big weight, love to. And a steal in 7 means a 3-point lead for Gunlickson. But he showed earlier today he had a 4-point lead early in the game, but gave it up to Glenn Howard, who qualified out of the A event. While in C event play, Kevin Cooey gives up the steal of 2 in the 7th end. So they're down 7-5 as they play 8. A must-win for these two sides, as the winner of that also gets the loser of the game right next to him. While on sheet 6, it is all Switzerland. Stockley, Pesha, these two very familiar with one another. They play in end 8, and it is Stockley with the hammer up 1. So if we can give you an update at the final of that one, we will, as we're here at Cactus Pheasant Classics, the 3rd year of it. The corner guard is the plan for Niklas Edin. Try and get the 2 corners. Try their hand at that. As you put them on the center line, you give a chance for the peel and a double peel. Here, Steve Laycock trying to touch this to the boards a bit more. But he's got nothing. That one slides well through, overthrew that tick shot.
Hade det.
Titta upp, titta upp.
Well, objective here for Niklas Edin is to force Pat Simmons to throw against 3, maybe get him to throw a hit, have him roll out and get a tie in this one. Here we'll see the tick again. Of course, Edin without the hammer, down 5-3.
Little less weight.
Yeah. Yeah. Hard. Hard.
It's pretty thick.
Well, this one catches it fairly thick, goes with ease, not really even a sweep necessary on it.
Right
The
on.
guard will go back out in front. And we see the 2 corners in position through lead stones of this 8th end. This we saw earlier today with Stockley. Now we see it with Edin. Maybe something that you don't see it a lot in the North American game. Maybe a little European style to try this way. get a hit and roll out. Fredrik Lindberg will try and draw around.
Peter Kessarna bakom 10. Jag tror
Mer eller
på
mindre?
85. Och sånt.
Bara fart!
Bra fart!
Bakat blått!
Gärna curla. Rent! Wow! Wow!
Bakat,
Bakat vitt! Bakat vitt!
Curla!
Det är okej, dra ner.
Ja, dra nu Micke. Ja, ja!
Well, needing to get a couple buried. They want to go deep with this one. Want to make sure it stays around, though. That's the important part. They go back 12 foot.
Might as well pick the back one, eh? Guards aren't really...
They can play it tight.
We can rep the back if we can. Take the back one if you can. What do you got?
Area. What do you have?
Well, this is one you'll play tight. You hear so many times you'll play this one tight. If you get the one in behind, great. If you get the guard, that works as well. Well, we have one B qualifier over. It is a final. Jason Gunlickson has upset Wayne Madaw, and in that one they shake hands, and Gunlickson moves in to the quarterfinals, and looks like we'll face Kevin Martin as they get by. Jeff Sharp will peel that one out. Simmons getting closer and closer to hopefully booking a ticket to their quarterfinals. So Gunlickson into the quarterfinal matchups tomorrow night. Another impressive run for them. But they won't want to stop at just a quarterfinal. They want to get straight to the final. Maybe even revenge against Glenn Howard, who they sort of let back into that game earlier today.
Bakkant rätt! Bakkant rätt! Jävligt lång.
Måste stanna I spel bara nu.
While trying to get around, this one will slide right through. It'll hang around just on the back line. And we'll see the peels now for Jerry Adam. Pardon me, Jeff Sharp, his last of second stones to peel this one.
Okay. Right at it, bud.
Clean. Whoa! Whoa!
Anytime?
No, no.
Well, they want to try and peel this one off. They'll catch enough of it. A little worried, but it will peel that corner guard off. Just the one out in front.
Well done, Jeff.
And that draw through by Fredrik Lindberg sort of took away any chance of lying 3 against Simmons with his last. We're halfway through the end, and just the one corner guard out in front, that one right on the back line.
Yep.
Japp! Japp! Oh.
Rent. Och. Sätt det. Nej, sätt.
Well, they want to go deep, but they don't want to go through. They're able to stick around back 12 foot. And see how much that comes out the outside. They could try it with the outturn, but here they're going to get rid of the guard, Jerry Adam, and then Edin will have 3 left. Have to make a couple of perfect shots in order to try and battle back in this one. They need to steal 2 in this 8th end, otherwise Pat Simmons will qualify. The peel of that guard opens everything up here in this 8th end of play. Luke Coley with you as we play here at the Cactus Pheasant Classic. Simmons, Edin. Of course, we have 3 more games for you tomorrow, starting 1:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll have C semifinal action for you. Teams still to be determined. but make sure you check the website. We'll update that as soon as we know what our feature matchup will be tomorrow in draw 10. And then we'll have C qualifier after that, and then we'll have the quarterfinals tomorrow night here from the Brooks Curling Club and the 3rd annual Cactus Pheasant Classic.
Ser lång ut. Oh. Nej.
Well, they want to try and draw down to that one. This one will go down to it. And Simmons might have been able to get on that, get it out. Needless to say, they're going to have a chance to just blast this one out, and they can kill it. And the best that Edin can do is tie it. It'll give Simmons 2 cracks to remove 1 stone.
Which way you going, Pat? Oh. Then he's gonna have 2. Then he's gonna have 2 freezes there, Pat. Yeah.
Okay. Clean. Yep.
Well, in last second, they decide to change and hit the other one here. I don't want to stick around, leave anything to draw down to. So it is Edin lying 1. They have 2 rocks remaining. But no guards. That's the problem here.
Frysning är inte så mycket.
Nej.
Eller gör den det?
The question is, where do you want to group your stones or keep them separated? Simmons will have 2 hits to run them out of stones and pick up the victory. That's what Simmons has left. Clean end for them so far as they try to hold on to a 5-3 lead here in the 8th end.
Vi har är väl att vi fryser den bakersta. Han råkar bara klippa den översta, så fryser vi exakt linje. Jag hoppas på att han inte får ut någon av.
Fart! Japp! Oh! Japp! Whoa!
Well, it's surprising they're drawn down to that back when they're trying to go to that spot where the other one is. Here, with tapping that one out, now Simmons can play the double and end it right here. Just get rid of both of them, and this would move Simmons into a quarterfinal tomorrow evening here at the Cactus Pheasant Classic.
What's that? 3/4 outside, your side.
Well, this would be to do something Pat Simmons hasn't done at this event. That's qualify. He's failed to qualify in his 2 previous attempts. Here, the double to end it and run Niklas Edin out of stones.
Clean. Yep. Clean.
He's played a solid game, lots of shots made. And this, another one. He'll run Niklas Edin out of stones, and it is a final. Niklas Edin loses their 2nd straight qualifier on day 2 of competition, drops into the C event, while Pat Simmons is victorious, winning 5-3 as they defeat Niklas Edin here in draw 8. That wraps up day 2 coverage for us, as we'll take a look around, wrap up all the other games here. Some still in action in this 8th draw. 3-3. Ursel and Macaulay, a slow-moving game over there. They're just in 7, and it is Ursel with the hammer. Skip over here. This in the 8th end here. The other B qualifier still going on. Actually, the only one now. It is a 5-4 lead, McEwen over Giel, as we'll quickly cut over 3 and 4. These are the 2 B qualifiers we showed you are over our game, and the Gunlickson win over Madaw. This could be another surprise and an upset to eliminate Kevin Cooey, as it is a 7-5 lead for Fang Chung Wang as they play in the 8th end. Cooey with the hammer, while Stockley leads that one, and might be a final there. We'll have to check in. Make sure you check out worldcurlingtour.com for an update there. Of course, tomorrow, a triple header for you. It starts with C semifinal action. It all begins 1:30 p.m. Eastern here from the Cactus Pheasant Classic in Brooks, Alberta. And a reminder, curltv.com, the only place you can see it. 5-3, Simmons qualifies out of the B event. For myself, Luke Coley, we'll see you tomorrow for more coverage here from the Cactus Pheasant Classic on curltv.com, your house online.
Catch that one roll back up. Great shot from Pat Simmons. You have to be kidding me.
Kevin Martin.
They'll try and get him home. They'll do just that. Great shot.